Hi guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Sanya. I am your senior support specialist here to take you through the client dispute manager software for today. So I hope you are having a good day so far. We're going to jump into our training for today. And today I want to talk about how to manage and read your notifications, right? So today that is our main focus. And of course, we'll be going through and I'll be taking your questions. So whatever questions you have, please let me know and we will cover that. So of course, in our regular tradition, go ahead and post it in the chat. Let me know how your day has been so far. And yes, you can post it in the chat, or if you want to just unmute and say hi, and we will just go from there. All right, Danny. Hi, Danny. Awesome. Great day so far. Awesome. Yes, it is a great day. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Hi, Tom. Thank you so much for joining. Linda, all of you. Thank you. Mark, I do see you. Glad that you are here. Yes. So of course, tell me if you're seeing my screen.
Yes.
And yes, let me get my highlighter. And we're going to jump into today's training, right? So we tend to forget our notifications. But before I go to that, of course, when you come into the software, this is going to be the first thing that we see. This is our home/dashboard screen. We have our customers overview. This is just giving you an overview of what your status is for your customers. Of course, it's important, don't give them active status before the time. And then make sure that you also use this as your motivation to help you to go to the next level, right? You also have your dispute process overview. This just gives you a breakdown of how many disputes you have, if you have gotten any deletions, negative, remaining accounts, letters or disputes that you've sent to the creditor or collector. You want to make sure that you are checking those. And of course, your business growth statistics, you need to make sure that you are on top of your business growth statistics, right? We do not want to miss out on any payments that might have been failed. So we need to make sure that we're checking those notifications. And we're going to talk about that as well. Whenever you see that green pop-up box, you need to go ahead and check it right then and there, because there might be something that we're trying to let you know about. So please make sure that you are checking your notifications. All right, so once you do check your notifications, I also want you to make sure you look out. Possibly we're telling you about a meeting or a new feature, so you need to make sure that you check that. This Thursday is going to continue our dispute letter training with Mark. It's going to be at 6 Eastern time or 3 Pacific Standard Time, or for Central, it's going to be 5. So you do not want to miss that. Make sure you register early because it's going to be limited seats and we don't want to miss that. All right. Danny, you're not seeing my screen? Yes, they are. And if you want to, I can send you the replays. That's fine. Tell me if you're seeing my screen, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, Danny, all good? Log out and log in again. Okay. All right, no problem. No, but I want you to see the screen. What device are you on? I want you to be able to see your screen, to see my screen. Let me see. Your PC, okay. On your Zoom, look on the mode that you're looking on. So open up your Zoom box and see if probably the preview that you have it on, maybe that's why you're not seeing. Tell me if you're seeing. All right, maybe if let me see. Look on, okay, yeah. Go ahead and once it's up, you just let me know, okay? But the screen, you should be able to see my screen for the software. All right. All right, no problem, no problem. I'll send you the replays. Don't worry about it. Even if you're not seeing it now, I'll send you the replays and you can check it, all right? All right, perfect, perfect. So of course, remember when you come in, check your notifications. I also want you to check for any new features that we've released. You want to make sure that you check that so you don't miss anything. We normally do updates on a regular basis, or new features rather. You want to make sure that you check that. And then for our meetings, remember that on Thursdays, you can join on for that. And that is going to be a really good topic for you to join on. All right. Let me see. All right. Hopefully you're seeing it now. Okay. All right. Perfect. So check it. You also get an email notification about any new updates or for the meeting. So you can also check your emails, but it's always easier to just come in on the home/dashboard screen. You'll be able to see that. Now I want you guys to remember to schedule your walkthroughs, your personal walkthroughs, so you can do a one-on-one session with one of our specialists so we can take you through and get you familiarized and set up, all right? And of course, you know, the daily training, you can join on for that at any time at 2, 1 Central Time, 2 Eastern Time. You can join on for that. All right. So don't forget the daily training. And I also want you to make sure that for those of you that are new, that you want to make sure that you are looking at your getting started videos. All right. So here, if you're new, go ahead to your getting started videos. We want you to make sure that you know exactly where to go, what to do, how to set up. Once you have completed that, then I would tell you to just go ahead and schedule a session so we can make sure that you have everything lined up. All right. So please watch the getting started videos. You should be good. And then after, if you can, write down some questions so we can take you through and cover those questions. And also go ahead and look at a few topics underneath the training section, especially like the business training, the lead generation. I want you guys to make sure that you are looking at that. All right. All right, perfect. So notifications. Remember that your notifications are important. Now you will have icons in your software. Connected to that are emails that you also get. So you need to make sure that you have your notifications turned on, because you do not want to miss any notification or any messages or anything related to your customers or your business. Because if you do, it might mean that you could be losing money, or it's something that you needed to communicate with the customer and you didn't get to see it. So please make sure that you are checking your notifications, right? So 2 places that I want to focus on today at the top here, and then we're going to go into the company notification/automation section, and we're going to talk about that. But you need to know what your notifications are, why your notifications are coming on, and when you need to check it, and how you need to remove those notifications once you have reviewed that. All right. So starting from the right-hand side, you have your text messaging notification icon. So let's say you have Twilio set up and you got an alert here. It's going to highlight in red, right? You're going to see either a 1 or 2. Depending on if a client sends you a text, you are going to see that notification. So what you need to do is you need to click on this. It's going to bring you to your customer screen, and whichever client have texted you, you need to go ahead and respond to them, right? So make sure that if you get any notification text, remember, if you have Twilio, it's one of the quickest way for you to talk to your customers, right? So please check your notification, because more than likely they're trying to tell you something. You can also reply to them. So it's important that you go in. Let's look at this little icon here that is connected to this one at the top. If they have sent you a message or you need to reply, you should be able to go in there and respond to them. Now, let's say you needed to create a template. You can always click on the option to edit, or if you want to create one, you can do so. We have default templates, but of course you can go in there and create a new template. Go ahead and create a title name and whatever the characters should be. These are just placeholders that you can add in there. Then you want to go ahead and save that. All right. Bear in mind that there's going to be a training video for you to look at just in case you're not sure what to do. You should be able to do so. But remember, you can just freestyle it. Some people are just saying, call me, or did you get an update? You can just quickly say to them, oh, yes, I did get an update, right? So please make sure that you are checking your text. If you have let's say you need to edit the text or something like that for these templates, or you need to respond, you need to make sure that you go ahead and do so. So let's put a title testing tester. We're going to save that. Of course, you remember we can put in our placeholders, so we can say, okay, hi, John. If you don't want to type out the whole person's name, you can always put that, their phone number and your company's name, right? Now, once you have done that, remember that I want you to make sure that if you see the notification that you're checking it, more than likely, remember, connected to that is a default message that would go out. Now, by law, Twilio and most of the platforms, they have to send out a particular message to say, okay, if you want to opt out, and this is on your client's end, if they want to opt out of getting any text messages, they should be able to say stop or something like that. But you can go into your notification section, and if you want to, you can edit that template. So let me just show you real quick where to go. So you would go to company, notification/automation, and right underneath here, you go to the Twilio section, SMS with Twilio. Once you have those added in there, you want to scroll down a little bit and you want to check the code, grab the code, go into the Twilio backend and edit the changes, right? There's going to be a video there for you to show you exactly what to do. If you're not sure, you can just reach out to Twilio, because this is a third-party option. They will tell you exactly what to do, or they'll help you to change that text. Most people prefer to take it off, right? So you just have to decide once you have set up the Twilio, then you should be good. But this is a good option for you to use with the Twilio, with the text messaging option, because more than likely your customers are going to reply faster through text, all right? And you can reply and they can reply. Now, you are also going to get a notification email, so make sure that you are checking those emails. You can check it on your phone, or if you are going to go to your other devices, you should be able to get it once you have access to your company's email, right? That is important. Now, right next to it, if you have your single authorization form, remember, if you're sending out checks or you're going to take checks, or you want to take card and you want to get their information before you go ahead to process, of course, you have to get their card information or their checkings information, right? But you don't want to send out the whole contract to them. Remember that if you come into your software, this little tab right here is where you would send either the card option or the check option. So instead of having them go through the whole contract, you just send them a preview of the email, and then they click it, and then they'll be able to add that checkings info or that card information in there. When you see that notification, this is another important, all of them are important, but this is an important notification that I want you to check. This means that they have completed that form, right? So if you see it light up in red, let me show you how it's going to look. It's going to light up in red like this. Of course, remember, every notification you get an email, but once you see it light up, I want you to make sure that you click it. It's going to bring you to this particular screen. Underneath your digital signature record section, and you need to check to make sure that they have sent over and signed that authorization to allow you to take that payment, whether it's check or whether it's card, right? Now, in order to move it off, what you have to do is you have to uncheck this, right? So right where it says viewed, that column, you're going to uncheck it so that that goes away. Once it goes away, you're good to go. You can go ahead to set up your payments. If it's the check, then whenever you're ready to print out your checks, you should be able to do so. Or if it's the card, whenever you're ready to process, you just go to billing, then payment, and set up your single or your recurring. All right, so don't forget to do this part. Mark it as viewed, because if you don't do that, that alert is still going to show at the top. Okay, now right next to that is the message option. If your customers, your active customers, have sent you a message, you need to go in there and you need to read. Now, let's say, for example, you don't have Twilio set up, right? This means that, okay, they have access in their client tracking portal. And let's go ahead and click this client tracking portal. Right here underneath message, if they want to come in here and send you a message, then they should be able to do so from here. Of course, once they send that to you, you're going to get the alert here at the top. You can reply to them. Let's go to the customer screen. Let's say you need to reply, or even if you click this here, it's going to bring you to the customer screen. Your little icon right here is going to light up in green. You need to go ahead and you can message them. Let's say you don't have Twilio, but they have access to their portals. Hopefully by then you would have given them access to the client's portal app so that they would be able to have it on their phones. If they message you, then they can pull it up on their phones and see that message, and you can reply to them. All right, so from here, you definitely have the option. You don't have Twilio yet. This is an option for you to use in the meantime. Okay. All right, so that's how you move the alert. Once you have clicked it and you viewed it, then that alert goes away. Now, that is another means of communicating with your customers. So you need to make sure that you are checking those notifications. All right. Are we all good? Just checking in to make sure we're all good. And then almost at the ending, I'm going to take your question. We're all good? Let me know. Post it in the chat. Yes, good, good, good. All right, perfect. So next to that, a lot of you missed this one, because you do the follow-up underneath tracking, but you don't move the alert, right? So you know that you have the follow-up due notification here, but what you guys forget to do, so I have a few clients here that their follow-up is due. Now, because I had not updated their files, or even if I did update the files underneath tracking, what it means is that the alert still shows. So the software is telling me I did not do an update. You don't want it to stay up there at the top. You need to make sure that you go in, check your clients. Once you check your clients, you're going to go into the dispute manager, and you need to go underneath the tracking section to check for your client's info. Now, remember, here is where the follow-up would be. Let's say 30 to 40 days have passed. You send out your disputes previously, but you need to see if you've gotten any updates or deletion. Remember that you want to pull in that new report here, and you need to do the fast check or the quick import, right? Once you do that, if it tells you, okay, for this particular account, I got a deletion, then what you want to do is you want to check the box. Remember, your highlight could be a red. Red means that you have gotten a deletion. Yellow means that you need to check it manually to see if it's just updated or that they verified it. All right. So let's say that is the case. We did get some deletions. What you want to do is you want to move that results to the results screen. How do I do that? I want to make sure that I go ahead and check the box here, and I want to hit the update deleted account, do my next round of disputes if I have to. Let's say I did get deletion for all 3 bureaus, then I wouldn't need to do anything. But if I need to follow up or I need to send out additional letters for other accounts, then I want to do the next round. But you need to come back to tracking. That's what we always miss. We need to come back to tracking, check the box here again, and we need to say respond, because we have responded for those particular disputes that we have sent out previously. If we don't do that, then we're going to still see that 7, and we're going to be confused because we have already updated the client's file, but your alert is still going to show that amount. So you have to make sure that you come underneath tracking, send your results to the customer, do another round, come back to tracking, and then tell the software that you have responded. Don't do it before, and make sure that once you have done that, you're going to see that alert goes off. I hope that you are making sure that once you have sent out your results, that you go into your credit monitoring for your customers, look to see if there's anything that might have dropped the scores before you do your nurturing, after you have done your follow-up underneath here. All right, so that is important for you to make sure that you do, so that you have that alert go away. So you have to hit the checkbox for the accounts that you have disputed. Then you are going to click the respond button, and then that goes away. It tells the software that you've responded, and then you won't be freaking out because you have already done that update. All right. All right. So I hope you got that one. Now, remember, if you have questions, just continue to just post it in the chat about those notifications or any other questions. And then remember, at the ending, we're going to take those questions. All right. So right next to it is the referrals. So what type of referrals am I referring to? Now, I hope that you guys have the option where you're offering promos to your active clients, where in the event that they know someone who can send you clients, or they know someone who have bad credit and need your help, they're sending them over to you. So your active clients have the option to send you over a client, let's say their husband or someone that they know, they can send them over to you, and this is your referral system that is set up, right? So remember, this is an option once your clients have logged into their portals and they have sent your referral. This is where you want to check here at the top, because your client have sent you a lead for you to follow up on, so you can get them converted over into an active client. So don't forget, check your notification here. Once you check it, it's going to go underneath your affiliate/lead. And then underneath here, you need to go to the client portal tracking referral lead tab. And then underneath here, once you find your customer, the referral that they have sent you, all of that information is going to be displayed. You want to move over that lead into the software or a no portal, and then you continue to work to nurture them, and eventually you convert them. So remember, your active clients have the option to send you referrals. You need to be working on that, because remember, referrals is a good way for you to grow your business as well. All right. Now, right next to it is the lead form notification. So let's say you have the generic website lead form, right? Remember this website lead form? If you have this particular form on, let me go ahead to show you what the preview would look like. Let's say this is in the back end of your website, right? This is in the back end of your website. Someone signed up, a lead signed up. That notification is going to come to you in your email. It's also going to bring you to this particular screen. What you want to do, review the client's file. If they've made any notes, you want to check that, and then you want to move that client into the customer screen. So again, you can try to convert them into an active client. So this is another option that I want you to make sure that you have set up on your websites. You should have your forms connected. So once they're connected, instead of it going to your emails, it's also going into your software, so you can convert them over and you can start to work on their files, right? So any lead, let's say they just want to do a consultation with you, once they're set up, you can go ahead and move them so that you can start to work on their files. So don't forget that notification. That's important. And then right next to it is your pending affiliates, right? Your pending affiliates. So you could have some affiliates that want to sign up for your service, or referrals rather, affiliates that send you referrals. You need to make sure that you check it, because this means that they have sent you a referral. This is just a lead. What you need to do, move them over. And then once you have moved them over, then you're going to start to nurture them and work their files. So right in between that little section there is where all of your referrals are going to be coming from your clients to your website lead form, from your affiliates. You have that option. And then right next to it, any messages that your affiliates are sending you, they would be able to do so. So if you need to reply to them or you need to talk to them, additionally from you probably calling them up on the phone, remember they have an affiliates portal. So once they log into their affiliates portal, they can send you a message just so that like how your clients can send you a message. So make sure that the affiliates, when they log in, if you can, what I would do is to create a nice video for them to know the different parts, but of course it's self-explanatory. They can go in, message you, you can message them from your portals. And once you do that, that's a communication there. But that is the alert that you would click on. Make sure you check it because it could be that they want you to follow up with that client right then and there. All right. All right. All right, so I got that. All right, Danny, I got that. What is the best way to manage leads from affiliates? Again, I would say your nurturing system is what I need you to set up. Once you have gotten any referrals, I need you to make sure that you put them in there and you start to nurture them. So your emailing system that you have, if you're going to use your software for now, make sure that you have a list of emails that you can send out to them, and then you start to convert them. So if they're coming from your website lead form, or they're coming from your affiliates, or they're coming from your affiliates, you should have emails that you're sending out to them, right? Once you have moved them, what I would recommend that you do is go into your manage email section, and I want you to just create some emails. Now, remember that inside of your software, you do have some emails that you can create, right? Automatically, your active clients get automated emails, but you need to come in here, grab some of the emails that's inside of the educational resource section and create your own resource, right? So if you're doing it in the software, which most persons, when they're coming in, this is what they'll do, is they'll create some templates just to let that lead get familiar with your brand or your service, and also what they can expect with the credit restoration and how you can actually help them to go from one level to the next. So you have to create a system, create some emails. If you can, do some videos, add it in the emails, because again, remember that most persons, even though they get the email, they don't want to read a long epistle. So create a nice video so that they can go ahead and watch it. Also add as well an option where if they want to go to your platforms, that they'll be able to do so as well. All right. Yes, yes. So if I send them an email, can I remind myself to do? Yes, please, please, please. Remember, that's another notification I want you to make sure that you have. So remember your calendar. Your calendar is what I want you to set up. Now, you can do it from the big calendar here, or if you have that lead, right as you've added that lead in or you've moved that lead in, what I want you to do, you can do two things. You can go, or well, three. You can go to the big calendar, or let's say we go to the current lead here. We can always set up a reminder. So your little bell right here, you can set up a reminder for yourself or a task to say, okay, I need to send out a follow-up email to them, right? So if they're coming from your website, this is how the lead is going to look. Don't forget your color coding for your current leads, right? So you have for your website leads, this is how it's going to look. If you have clients that's coming from the other website form, this is how it's going to look. If it's a quick lead that you've added in manually, this is the color code that it's going to be. So remember your color coding for your leads. Make sure that you have your emails set up for the nurturing option. Once you do that, please, 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 please don't forget to set up your reminders and your tasks so that if you need to, until you are ready to automate your process, you're going to go ahead to create reminders to say, okay, probably 3 times out of the week, I'll be sending them an email, or probably 1 time, because of course we don't want to bombard our leads, but you need to be touching base with them as much as possible, right? So definitely do that. Create the emails. Let's say you have created the emails. Remember, you're going to click on the send email from here, your custom template that you created in the manage email section. This is where you would come to send them that email. All right. So I definitely want you to start off small, and then if you're ready, or when you're ready, not if, when you're ready, you're going to go ahead to get a big system that's going to help you whenever you start to get more leads. All right. All right, I hope that made sense. Okay, all right, so after you have sent out or checked your affiliates messages, I want you to make sure, this is another one that you always get to leave out, right? Yes, it's the same thing that you would set up for your reminders. So if it's a call that you need to do, or if it's a billing, I also want you to set it up for billing. Set that up for your billing. Any task that you need to do, set a reminder for that client so you know it's that client. Or if you're going to set up the task, that you go here to set the task. But we're going to talk about that, right? I kind of want you to differentiate what your task is going to be, because your task is kind of different from your reminders, right? Now, your reminders, bear in mind as well that you can set it up on a recurring basis. So if it's supposed to be one-time reminder, or a daily reminder, or a weekly reminder, this is kind of the difference between the task, all right? So of course, you can set up your reminders for that particular client, add notes and the schedule date. If you want to set it up on a recurring basis, then of course you can do so, all right? Don't forget to set your reminders so that you can follow up with them as much as you possibly can. All right. All right, perfect. So right next to it is your pending documents. I go into meetings and I see persons with 500, 1,000 pending documents, and they have not checked their pending documents. Now, it could be a case that you did go in and you reviewed it, so you previewed it, but what you forgot to do was to check the box here and hit it as reviewed, so that that alert goes away. Don't let it pile up on you, because it's going to be really hard for you to just move everything one time. I want you to make sure, as you get that pending documents and you've previewed it, go ahead and check the box, and then you want to mark it as reviewed, so it goes into the reviewed section. All right, don't forget to do that. So check the box, hit the reviewed button here, and then it's going to go over into the reviewed section. This is a documents that your clients might have sent you, your affiliates might have sent you. You want to upload documents for that particular client. So you're going to click on add new documents, and you can do so. You have the smart interviewer documents that also comes in. So you need to make sure that you have reviewed it, so that those alert at the top that says you didn't check it, that you say, okay, software, I have checked it. All right. So please make sure that you have checked those. All right. I don't want to do any walkthroughs and see 500, 1,000 pending documents. All right. All right. Perfect. Now, right next to it is your sign agreement. Now, this is another one that I always see a lot of agreements. Now, don't archive your contracts for your clients before you have previewed that they have signed it. You need to make sure that you are checking their view status to see, okay, what they have completed so far. Once you have reviewed it, then you can move it to archive. Don't move it to archive until you've clicked on that green eye that's looking at you. So you can make sure that you have reviewed that agreement. Once you have reviewed it, then look at my 5. My 5 is now going to go away because I have previewed my contract that I've sent to my customer. It's now down to 4, right? So anyone that's green, any green eye that's looking at you, you want to take it off. You want to review that, make sure that they have signed it. If you need to resend it to them, this is also where you do that. It's underneath your digital signature record section. So please follow up on your signed agreement. They might have signed the agreement and they left something off. You need to make sure that you have checked to see that they have completed all of the process in the client auto sign up when they have sent, when you have sent over the contract and they have completed everything. All right. So please check your signed agreements. It could also mean that you have sent your single authorization form, but they didn't complete the process, or you saw that it's just saying sent, but they didn't open it up. You need to make sure that you follow up with them to see why they haven't checked it, or probably they're busy. Once you have done that, then you can move it to archive if you need to delete it. I prefer if you don't delete it. If they are just test contracts that you've created, but you want to delete it, of course you can, but try not to delete it. Try to give them at least 2 years or so. What I noticed that some persons do is that they'll download it and put it in their Dropbox so that they have the files. So please, again, I don't want you to delete your contracts for your customers, because more than likely they'll come back to you. You could always go back to it for reference, but if it's just test contracts that you've created, of course, you can definitely go ahead to delete it right after you've moved it to archive. So please bear that in mind. So you have your regular contract, you have your signed single authorization form for the checks or for the credit card or debit card. They would be able to do so. Not like that, Danny, because if you have any missing info, you would just send them an email, right? It could be a number of things that's missing. So depending on what you see that's missing, then you could just send them an email to say, okay, they need to send over their credit monitoring. So we don't really have that option, right? But you can look in, and then you would send the email from the manage email, not the customer screen, when you click on the send email from here. All right. Yeah, but always click on your red push pin to see exactly what they have completed, so you can know what you need to send out, which email you need to send out to them. That actually sounds like a good suggestion. I'm going to put it in for you if that's okay. All right. All right, perfect. Yes, so please check your red push pin. If it's blue, then it means that they have completed the process. Otherwise from that, if it's red, then it means that they did not complete their profile. They did not complete the client auto sign up. They might have missed something. Sometimes as well, they're on different browsers and they think, okay, they just need to sign it and that's it, they'll come off of it. You need to make sure that you tell them that this is what they need to go through. Even though their welcome page will tell them that this is what they need to go through, you need to just let them know, okay, check inside, make sure that you've signed the contract, put in your personal information, upload your documents, credit monitoring, and all of that, so that they know that they need to go through the whole process, because sometimes they'll just jump off. All right. So please make sure that you have checked that to see if they have missed anything. All right. Now, once you have checked that sign agreement, remember that if you have the client auto sign up website lead form, then this means that, let me show you what it's going to look like. Let's say you went to your company client auto sign up, and right underneath here, remember, you've added this other form for them to put in the information. They're going to get the contract. What this means is that you will be able to get that notification. So if this particular one lights up, then this means that you need to check to see, okay, I need to go ahead not to add them into the software because they would have been added in there already. What you would need to do is to move on to step 2 of your onboarding process to do your credit analysis, and then you go ahead to do your disputes. All right. So if you have this particular form, your client went through, they went on your website, they chose the contract that they wanted, they filled out all of the information, that client is going to be added into your software Once they're added into your software, then this means that you need to move on to the next step. Now, yes, first, no problem. I'll send you the replays. You just take your time. I want you to schedule a one-on-one session so we can take you through, okay? All right, yes, so remember your website lead forms, they are important because you can decide, okay, let's say I don't want to always have to manually add my client in. This is the form that I'm going to use because I want them to choose the contract. Now, on the flip side, you will have customers who, or leads who say, oh, I'm not so sure if I want to do this yet. So instead of you, let's say they don't want to use this, don't say, okay, I'm not going to add the generic lead form, because you want to give them options. If they just want to do a free consultation to get to know you first, you can add this one and then add the other one on a different page. Or some people just say, okay, we're just going to do this particular form. Or they say, okay, this is what you have to choose. That's it. So you have to decide which one of the lead forms you want to use. You have the generic one that is here. You also have the other one with the contract. This means that you don't have to add them in manually. You just need to move on to the next step. So once you see that alert lights up here, all you have to do, follow up with the client, see what's best for them, do their credit analysis. Once you do their credit analysis, set up your consultation, and then you go ahead to do your disputings, all right? So please make sure that you jump on that. Someone is ready to go. They are actually a client. You just need to go ahead and process. Once you have processed and you've done their credit analysis, you can go ahead and charge for your credit analysis or your consultation that you've done. Then you want to move on to the disputing process. Please do not take too long with those leads that have signed up, because it could mean that after they've signed up and you took your time, then they might not want to do it. So try to get them within that 24-hour span. So right as they do it, you're reaching out to them to set up a consultation time to go ahead and review their files, and then you start their disputing process, all right? That is important for you to check. Now, I would say, I know, I say all of them are most important, but I would say this is the most important one, right? Because this means that a client's file, or they did not, if you have authorized.net set up, then their payment might have failed. Now, we need to jump on that really quick because we need to figure out, why did their payment fail? We need to reach out to them to see if we can get another way for them to go ahead and pay us, because we do not want to miss any transaction. I have seen where persons saw the notification and then a month after they're going in to check. Please do not, if you see any other ones light up, I want you to pay urgency. Be deliberate in going ahead to check this one, especially if you have authorized.net set up, because this is going to mean that someone's payment have failed. You need to jump on that to figure out, okay, is it because they have insufficient fund, or is it a case that the issuer declined? So you need to say, okay, let me go ahead and call this particular customer and then have them update it. Do I need to figure out another way to take the payment? Jump on that real quick, because you do not want to miss that notification. Once you have settled the bill, or if you uncheck it here, then this means that this client is no longer past due, right? Or their payment have failed. So please, please, please make sure that you are checking on that. So I'm just reading this one. Does the system work with paper deletion? Yes. In terms of the invoices, do you mean for that notification? Danny, go ahead and unmute real quick for me.
Hello?
Yes. Hi, Danny.
Okay.
How are you?
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah, so I do paper deletion, and right now I'm just doing checks.
Right.
So I wasn't sure how the system kind of tracked that and reminded me, hey, this person hasn't paid yet. Because typically I'll send them an invoice and say, you got 4 items deleted, here's your bill. And then wait for them to make a
Pay.
payment, basically.
Yes, so no, there's no automated notification like that for the checks, but once you go to your dashboard and you see that it says that there are pending invoices, right? Pending invoices, past due invoices, go ahead, check that. Once you have connected with them and they say yes, go ahead and go into your billing notification, billing invoicing, and then you want to mark it as paid. But otherwise from that, there is no notification automation like that for the checks, right? So once you have gotten the payment and you've checked it, that is what I would tell you to do. Set up a reminder. So once you have sent out the invoice, you set a reminder to say, okay, we're going to check in a few days' time to make sure that they've paid. Once you have, then you mark it as paid because you don't want to miss that as well. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to add that as a suggestion as well. All right.
Yeah.
All right, perfect, perfect. Yes, so please, 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 no past due bill, no bill should go 24 hours unnoticed because you need to reach out to your customer, whether it's an invoice, whether it's a check, whether they paid via card and you saw that they failed or the check bounced. Jump on that because you need to get your payment for the services that you have rendered, all right? All right, so the next icon is for your smart interviewer. Now, remember that, let's say you just onboarded your client, right? You say, okay, we're ready to do our credit analysis. You did your credit analysis, but you're trying to do your consultation. But your consultation, you're having an issue to set up the best time for that customer. You can send the smart interviewer. They just need to log into their portals. Remember that big pop-up box? They would have been able to log into their portals and add the negative information. Now, I need you guys to be specific with the clients to tell them that they need to not be vague with the information that they're putting in. Most of the time, the people, they just put in an A or they just say, I don't know. Tell them that they need to be detailed, right? The personal information. Other than you checking to see, okay, if the personal information is updated, they need to go in and they need to say, okay, my full name is, but on probably Experian or Equifax, this is not the correct information. My address, my social security, my date of birth. You need to have them put in the correct information so you can go ahead to do the personal information update fix for them, right? So in your smart interviewer, they need to log in into their client's portal. They click that box. They're going to put in not just the negative information. Of course, we want the negative information, but if they have inquiries, let's say they didn't authorize it, they need to put that. If they have public records, they need to put that. Any supporting documents that they have as well, you want them to put that information in there. And once they have done all of that, they're going to sign at the ending of it and they're going to send that to you. Now, once they do that, you're going to get a notification here at the top so that you can follow up with them because, of course, we want to go ahead to do our plan of action. So this means that someone completed their file. I need to go in and I need to review the information so I can move on to step 3 to start my disputing process. So how do I actually send this? Now, let's say I have onboarded my clients. I've sent them the contract. I've changed their status to probably no portal now. They have sent over their login details. I did their credit analysis. What I want to do is I want to change them to active. And then instead of this, it's going to have a checkbox, right? That checkbox is going to allow them to log into their portals and then complete this smart interview, right? So they should be putting in their personal information, their negative information, their public records, and their inquiries. They need to be as detailed as possible because you need to know what is it that I need to do for this particular client. I don't want you at any point to be doing disputings without doing your consultation or doing your smart interviewer. I need you guys to make sure that you have gathered as much information and any supporting documents so that whenever you're tackling these credit bureaus or these furnishers, that you have all of the information in your arsenal to go ahead to dispute it, right? So please, if you have not gotten the chance to do your consultation with your clients, remember that you can make them active and then you send them the smart interviewer. This means that they have completed the process. If you see it like this, go ahead and do your audits, do your plan of action from there, and then you're going to start your disputing process. All right. So that is going to complete all of the actions or the notifications here at the top. Please make sure that you're not missing out on any one of these. All right. Now, do I have any questions so far? Any questions so far about those notifications before I go to the task and the reminders? Any questions? All good? All right. So remember that you have your reminders, right? Now, attached to the reminders would be your calendar. Now, if you have set up any reminders on your calendar, or you went to your little bell here and you created a reminder, once that notification automatically comes up, I want you to go ahead, if you especially have set it on a recurring reminder, let's say daily, or you set it on a weekly or monthly or yearly. I need you to go in here, look at that notes that you have created, do the follow-up, then you're going to go ahead to mark it as read so that that notification moves off of 17 down to 60. Now you have the option of archiving it, or if you want to keep it in the current section, you can, but I prefer to put it in archive because I have that on a recurring reminder. So I will put it in archive. Then when the follow-up comes, then I will get that notification. So if you have not, let's say you did set up a reminder here underneath your tab and you set it up for whatever option here, if you have not marked it as read, you won't get the notification for when the next one comes. So you have to remember to check your notifications here, mark it as read. You can delete it, you can archive it. Please check your reminders. You need to be setting reminders for your billing. You need to be setting reminders for your follow-up. For your employees, they should as well be creating reminders to follow up or to let you know, so you can go in and check those notifications there so that you can do your follow-ups with your client. So whether it's for billing, whether it's for a callback, or you are just putting it in there to say, okay, their follow-up is due today, or you need to start their disputing, or you need to update their the check information as paid, put the notes in there. Once you have mark it as read, I would especially create these reminders for the checks and set it up on a recurring for a monthly basis so that every month, once I mark it as read, then it would remind me the next month. So I know I should just go into billing, create a next invoice, and then update it accordingly. So don't forget, your reminders are important. Mark it as read if you need to, and then you go from there. All right. And right next to it is your task. Now, your task is going to be a little bit different. Let's say you want to do an audit. Let's say we're going to do an audit on all of my billing. Audit for billing, right? This is your task that you're creating. This is just a regular task that you're reminding yourself to go ahead and do. Now, once you have completed the task, you want to mark it as completed, and that's done, right? So you have your tasks separate from your reminders. Remember, your reminders, you could set it up for a recurring basis. Your task could be something related to your business, but probably not relating to your customers. Or if you want to, whatever the task should be relating to your business, go ahead and do that, right? So set up your reminders, set up your tasks so that you have that there, that you're not missing out on anything that you should be doing. Audits, I would say if you're going to do audits for your customers that you have completed, that could be a task, or it could be a case that you're auditing all of the past due customers, or if you need to do a follow-up for all of your inactive clients or your suspended clients, create that as a task. That is just for your administrative work. That is what I would do for the task, but for the reminders for my particular customers that I can check or my employees need to check, this is where I would set the reminders, okay? So task is a little bit different from your reminders. Your employees, they would be able to create tasks, you would be able to create tasks, but try to differentiate it because your reminders, most likely you want to connect that to your customers, all right? Or anything relating to your customers, you want to do that. All right. Yes. Oh, you mean like to put it in your activity log? Danny, is that what you mean? To put the task into the activity log for the reminders, or let me see what you mean. Tell me what you mean. Do you mean like in here? So you want the option to be able to add the reminders and the tasks in here?
Yeah, no, more like when you hit the little button, the
Mhm.
little bell,
Yeah,
you're reminding, you're hitting a reminder here.
yeah,
Like something, call customer back or send email, something like that. That's real quick. Just, instead of having to keep typing it for everyone, because if I go through a whole list of leads,
okay, yeah,
it's the same thing over and over, especially for my assistants and stuff, because
yeah.
they won't necessarily use the same language. So if they have a drop down, they can pick all this, they can put the same content in there, and I know what they mean. That's
Right,
all.
so it's like a resolution of that reminder that was set, right?
Yeah, just like a template, really, just not a template, but like
A little
it's
tab.
quick to add.
Mhm.
I can add those notes quickly because like if I'm calling people, following up on people, it's the same stuff over and over each time.
Yeah.
Call customer, call customer, call customer, 50 times.
Yeah,
At least we hope it's 50 times. 50
right?
different customers.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
all I was thinking.
Right. For now, of course, we can just copy and paste. That is correct, Lawrence. But I like that suggestion. I'm going to put it down for you and the others as well, right? Just for like a resolution of the notes that, let's say they did call, they just put a note and it's saved. All right. But remember, separate your reminder from your task. Remember, you can go on your calendar as well, so that you can set it, you can look at the full calendar and then set it on the need spaces. All right. So once you do that, select the customer, put the title, all of that, you can do so from here. All right. So don't forget that. Please, guys, remember your notification once you have them, if you see them light up, remember if you have turned it off underneath your company notification / automation, then it means you might be missing something. So please make sure that you go into your notification / automation section, check to make sure that they are there so that any notifications that you need to get, other than it going to your emails, you're also getting the notification here at the top and you know exactly how to move it off. Whatever follow-up you need to do, go ahead and do so. You need to make sure that these are on. All right. All right, perfect. And then of course you have your other notifications. We're going to talk about that in our session for tomorrow about automations, but these are also connected to your notification. So hopefully you'll be here for tomorrow and we'll go through all of these. But please, guys, even if you say, okay, we have too many customers and we're getting bombarded by all of the emails, if you have authorized.net, if you have any billing notification, I would prefer, even if you're going to turn off any one of these notifications, that you don't turn off your billing notifications, all right? Because we don't want you guys to be missing any payments at all. So please, if you need to forward it to a different email address, go ahead and add it into your manage email section so it goes there. But I don't really want you guys to turn off your notifications, all right? All right, perfect, perfect. Do I have any more questions before I let you guys go? Any more questions? All right, I think we're all good. Awesome, awesome. Guys, I just always want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I really do appreciate it. any feedbacks, any suggestions that you have, go to the help section and just type that in there and send that over to us. We'll review it. And once it's something that we can add in, we'll go ahead and do that. But I want you guys to have the best experience when it comes to using the software and just maneuvering in the software, all right? So tell us what the user experience is like. Tell us if you like the changes. If you have suggestions, add those. The ones that I got today, I'm gonna add that in, but I definitely want you guys to let us know, give us your feedback so we can make the software even better, all right? Yes, for those who need the replay, send me your email address so I can send you the replays. All right. All right, awesome. So that is going to end our session for today. Thank you guys so much. My name is Sanya. I am your senior support specialist. Always a pleasure to take you through the software and to cover your questions. So remember, whenever you need us, you just go ahead and schedule a session and we will definitely be there to take you through. And don't forget, this Thursday at 6 Eastern time, we are going to have the second part or part 2 of the dispute training. You do not want to miss that. Go ahead and schedule your appointment so that you don't miss that. All right. You are most welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You do have a good one. Donna, Danny, Lawrence.
Hey, excuse
Yes.
me. Can I get a copy of the first one? I didn't or
Which
the first, you said that this Thursday will be the second part, the first part.
Okay. What I want you to do for me, let me see if it's up already. 1 second. What you can normally do, oops. What you can normally do is to go into your software underneath training. Let me just check to see if it's there. 1 second. So normally what we do is underneath training credit repair meetings, those would be updated there, right? So let me see if part 1 is there. Part 1 is there. So go to here. Let me just share my screen again real quick. So you go to training and then your credit repair meeting here. And then it's going to open up for you to check this particular replay. So part 1, this is here. Mark your calendars for this Thursday so you can finish up with Mark, okay? All right, perfect. Let me know. Oh, so go to training/help and then you go to credit repair meetings and then you'll be able to see it.
Okay, thank you.
You are most welcome. Danny, we're all good? All right. Yes. All right. Perfect. Guys, I definitely want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. My name is Sanya. Please do enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you tomorrow. All right. You take care. Bye, guys.